Toybox Tuesday. As you can see, we got the Falcon. We're gonna get back. We got Falcon flying over the Falcon. You got another Falcon in case there's not enough Falcons here. So digitally, you got two Falcons. Here on the table, you have two Falcons. And if you search anywhere on the internet, you will find many Falcons because there are now two teasers for Star Wars The Force Awakens Episode 7. Looks like we're online, so let me pause this, baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Toybox Tuesday. Yeah, definitely 3.0 hype, definitely Star Wars hype. There's lots of Disney Infinity hype happening right now. So I appreciate you guys, as always, tuning in for Toybox Tuesday. I noticed something tragic the last time that I was, it was right at the end when I was building the Falcon. And that is, I don't know if you guys can see this. I can actually hold up. Actually, I went by these schematics originally, and these schematics are totally lying. So one thing that was key that I checked today was I found a very well put together. So you can see here. This is the diagram that I. Oh no, it went away. Now it's back. So this is the diagram that I'm using of the Millennium Falcon. There we go. A top down. It is very fan oriented. On the very top left, it says the Carillion Engineering Corporation. Has a stamp over that logo. This is Millennium Falcon. In the corner, it says modifications noted and approved and assigned HS. So this is a very nerdy blueprint of the top-down of the Millennium Falcon. And I had an interesting thought after the last time that we built the Falcon, which is, what if everybody has their own crazy design of what the Falcon looks like? You know, like, what if I'm actually using a wrong version of what the Falcon actually is? And, you know, this is the kind of thing where, like, I found a Star Wars poster online that was, like, kind of looked like the Falcon, and I think it's kind of up to interpretation. I don't think there's any, like, exact build of the Falcon. And I think a lot of it is based on the initial ramp, which is basically what we've built so far. So, like, the ramp, the hallway going to the cockpit, and the circular hallway leading around to the infamous room where Luke is training and C-3PO and Chewbacca are playing chess. And that section of the Falcons seemed to be true throughout all the different versions that I found. So I found about 3 or 4 what I felt were like legitimate blueprints. I mean, obviously there's like fan ones. There was one that was an official Star Wars released thing. But again, it's like they didn't build, they built the outside of the Falcon, but they didn't build the interior of the Falcon to scale. So like a lot of the locations you're seeing in the Falcon, like I don't think it was one big continuous set. It's really just that one hallway. So it's going to be interesting to see when they rebuild it, if we're going to see more of the interior of the Falcon. You know, Abrams loves his Steadicam following people through hallways and stuff. So like it's going to be interesting to see if we get big, long, guided shots that go through the entirety of the ship. So new plan, let the Wookiee win. Let's see if we got any good. Brandon, could you explain the new format of Let's All Go to the Trailers? I'd love to. Brandon, do you want help today? I would love some help, but it appears that PSN is down. I tried to log on our LAN connection and on Wi-Fi, and I couldn't get in onto PSN. So online is not happening right now. I don't know if that's PSN or if that's just something on our end. So are you updating on the set that was at Star Wars Celebration? That set was very small. It was like a photo op. It was literally just, it was like here, basically. I will take you to it. The set was basically like if you're standing here, and they had the hallway there, and then they had the chess table over there. So yeah, didn't get my photo taken there, but I did go to Star Wars Celebration. There's so much stuff to talk about. I can't confirm that. I don't know. I tried to log on to PSN and it said it was down. So, and I tried again, like I said, both on Wi-Fi and on LAN. So I don't know if that's just an Infinity thing. I don't know if that's just our weird setup here at Game Trailers. So, okay, Seraphim is immediately wanting to get into talk about 3.0, the lineup rumors. We'll get into that in a second. Just really quickly, I wanted to talk about. Actually, I can talk about this while I'm doing this. So what I noticed is, so if you see in these schematics that I've been using, the nose of the Falcon has this really long gap. So you can see the circle, nope, on the other side. You can see the circle on the right side of your screen, and it's got this really long, like you can see here, just this long space in between. But if you actually look at the Falcon that I have here, it's not that big at all. It's really, really small. So I think we have overcompensated on the front of our Falcon here, and I need to make adjustments. So while I am making those adjustments, before we get into the leaked figures, leaked, I want to talk about Let's All Go to the Trailers because somebody asked about that. So Let's All Go to the Trailers, if you guys are not familiar, is a weekly trailer podcast that we do because we are GameTrailers.com. I host it, and Daniel Bloodworth and Kyle Bossman join me to talk about trailers. I wanted to either change the show or add a new segment that specifically that was more reactionary, because there were a lot of like when a trailer hits, I get a lot of emails from people that are like, hey, this cool trailer came out, I want to know what you think of it, and it would take like a week for us to actually like get to talking about that trailer. So now Let's All Go to the Trailers is only going to talk about 2 trailers. One of them is a movie trailer, and one of them is a game trailer. And then when a cool trailer comes out and we want to talk about it that day, it's still going to be on the Let's All Go to the Trailers playlist on our, it's going to be on the show page on Game Trailers. It's going to be on the Let's All Go to the Trailers playlist on YouTube, but it's going to be called Trailer Score. And because we're specifically going to score that one trailer, and that's going to be the point of that show. So if you want to just have a overall discussion about the current state of the trailer biz and advertising and media, that's basically going to be Let's All Go to the Trailers. And if you're curious what we thought, so a good example would be the Deus Ex trailer. If I had started Trailer Score a couple weeks ago, the Deus Ex trailer would have been an episode of Trailer Score. We would have just talked about that one thing, and we would have scored it, and that would have been that. So I'm not going to mess around with the floor, but I think this is... Okay, hold on a second. So let's talk about... So has anyone... Okay, this is like the 5th person that's brought it up. So has anyone brought up the supposed leak of the Disney 3.0 figures? So, I got to... I'm not going to call that it's fake because I have no idea. I've been poking and prodding the Disney team about what's going to happen in 3.0, and legitimately, I haven't heard anything about those characters. I mean, obviously, we've seen Sam and Korra that were released digitally, so like it does make sense that we would get physical versions of them because they've already designed them. So that makes sense. That seems like an easy pick. Inside Out seems like an easy pick because the movie's coming out. It's like the next film from Pixar. And Mulan seems like an interesting pick because the voice actress of Mulan let slip that she had worked on Infinity. So I think they've kind of outed the fact that Mulan is going to be in Infinity 3.0 already. But I'm not quite sure I believe that leak for a couple reasons. One, Mickey looks weird. Mickey Mouse just looks bizarre. He just looks really strange. I don't like the way he looks. Like, his pose is really weird. His arms are kind of out in a weird direction. His eyes are really thin. Like Minnie looks great, but like he just looks weird. I just don't like the way he looks. They've only released in the leak, as far as I've seen, there's only 2 of the figures boxed, which seems weird that only 2 of the figures would be boxed, and that they wouldn't show the other figures boxed. Like, if they have the leak, like, why did we get these 2 images and not other ones? Something else that's suspicious is a lot of the images, especially the images of the Inside Out characters, look almost exactly like promotional art that's already been released for those figures. So it wouldn't be that hard to, like, take that art and, like, put it on make a little base and put it on the base. So... while I'm not coming out and saying, like, no, it's definitely fake, it wouldn't be that hard to fake that. That wouldn't be impossible to fake the box art and to fake those figures. Third and finally, the Infinity Inquirer site took down their article. Maybe something official soon. Interesting. I'm always curious what the Infinity fan sites, what their relationship is with Disney, because a lot of the fan sites tend to get like a lot of cool information, like way before I do, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? And third or fourth, finally, my last suspicion about that leak is there's no Star Wars, which is, I'm assuming is going to be in 3.0. And if it's not Star Wars, it's gonna be something else. So like, the first thing they released a bunch of Disney figures, it's hard to build and talk at the same time. And for the second thing, we got Marvel, and then they released more Disney figures. And for the third thing, I'm assuming we're going to get, Muppets or whatever. We're going to get, or Star Wars. We're going to get something else that's going to be the core, the main selling point of 3.0. And then they're going to have Disney characters on the side. So I think it's really weird that the release is exclusively Disney. It's just Disney, and it's Disney based on the figures that we can assume are going to happen. You know, it's Inside Out and Mulan, which was teased, and what's his name, Olaf from Frozen, which is a no-brainer. You know, like to add Olaf to the 2 Frozen figures that we've already gotten. So it just seems like there wasn't a lot of news released with that. It was just like, oh, okay, that's what those look like. And just the image itself was released by a Chinese company, but it's in French. There's just a lot of weird things about it that I don't buy. But at the same time, like, I'm not saying outright that, you know, that's not real. If I don't want to, you know, cash my chips too early. So who knows? We really don't know. I mean, Disney certainly remained mum about that. I was tempted to email them and be like, but I knew they wouldn't, you know, like they wouldn't actually say like what was going on. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. So that's how I feel about it. It'd be awesome if there was a new code based on Goofy's Hyuks and Donald's incomprehensible ranting. That would be cool. Also weird that Mulan is like holding a fan. That like the whole point of that movie is her becoming this awesome warrior, and then like the figure's like a dainty Mulan. Like, I guess maybe they'll come out with a costume where you can have her be the warrior Mulan, but like, I was just if they're doing Mulan, I would expect Mulan to be a little more badass than the figure that they released, but who knows. So I'm gonna move this guy over because, as I stated before, the front of the Falcon is actually like all the way up here, and I noticed that because I was building this area and I was running out of space, and I'm like, why is this so tight in here? And it's like, oh, because I am not building that correctly. So maybe Star Wars is a 3.1 set, similar to the way the Brave Lilo and Stitch. If they do Star Wars, they're gonna launch with Star Wars. So like maybe that was the Disney would probably be the 3.1. That was her from the end of the movie when she was badass. Okay, Musabi, I gotta say, I gotta see Mulan again. Clearly Mulan will have alternate costumes. I hope they go nuts with alternate costumes. I hope every single figure, I mean, Olaf wouldn't have an alternate costume, but I hope they do more of that. I really like that. Speaking of alternate costumes, we are building the Millennium Falcon with Falcon. I love this little this camera glitch that happens when you like go out of the Spark mode. And he's got his special costume on. Of course, as I mentioned the last time we were building the Falcon, it seems incredibly appropriate to build the Falcon with Falcon. Okay, let's see if I missed any questions. I would also expect Mushu to be revealed with Mulan. Yeah, Mushu might be... I don't know if Mushu would be his own figure. Mushu might be a disc. I think it would be odd that there's no Cinderella after the recent movie. Yeah. Trying to leak some Amiibo stuff. Interesting. Yeah, they're definitely going nuts with the movies. Like, we got... The Maleficent that we got was a movie Maleficent. So, yeah, interesting that Cinderella wouldn't be a character. If that leak is true. We shall see. So yeah, man. Mushu is a power disc? Oh, there's like a cannon or something that's a power disc, but I mean like the character. But I guess he wouldn't be like a mount or something, so that wouldn't make sense. I'm guessing I've only seen Mulan once in the theater, so I'm assuming Mushu is the Eddie Murphy character. My girlfriend at the time was a bit of a feminist, and she was really into Mulan. She was very, very excited about that movie. So we saw that day one. Alright. Super close to E3. Yeah, we gotta be getting some kind of announcement. And when they announced Marvel before, they had like a big event that I got like a really cool invitation to. It had like Captain America's shield on it. So, and I believe, you know, I'm not going to have any like information that I can leak, but hopefully when I get that invite, if they do have an event, I can tell you guys about it. So, but I got that invite to the event after the teaser for 2.0 had already been released. So you guys will find out about it when I find out about it. Hopefully that will be soon. Okay, let's erase this. I guess I had that going over for 4 things. So we'll erase all of this but that. I wonder what that girl thought Frozen, yeah. If 3.0 is in Star Wars, I probably won't buy it, except maybe Muppets could pull me into that. Yeah. Last year, 2.0 was revealed for the Marvel side on April 30th. Thank you, Seraphim. Nice reference there. So, yeah, we got a little bit. We shall see. So, that meaning the trailer was released on April 30th, or the reveal event was April 30th? Alternate costumes make it too easy for store exclusives? Oh, you mean like the discs? Curious what you mean by store exclusives. Okay, let's move this guy over. May the 4th. Oh my god, of course it's going to be on May the 4th. I mean, it might not be, but... let me see. Pan-Fried asks about my game in development. That is currently chilling. I'm not working on that right now because I'm 100% working on GT at the moment, but it is out. You can play it. Hexair.com. Go check it out. The reveal of Marvel in Disney 2.0 event announcement was on the 30th. Okay. I imagine they wouldn't announce at E3. They're big enough and not gamer enough to be announced there. Yeah, no, they'll announce beforehand so that they can tease E3, and then they'll have the big reveal at E3. I'm just curious what date May the 4th is now. Hold on. Yeah, May the 4th is coming up. It's so cool that we got Celebration, and then just like a couple weeks later, it's May the 4th. Monday. May the 4th is a Monday. Not a bad Monday. Disney Infinity 3.0 trailers and Let's All Go to the Trailers confirmed. Yeah, if it's the day that we do Let's All Go to the Trailers, otherwise it'll be a trailer score. Hashtag trailer score. Oops, I deleted that thing. I'll go back and fix that later. Okay. Put that there. Delete these guys. Taking the floor out. So yeah, there's like a lot of little pieces over here. I'm just gonna like delete the floor as I'm going along, and then, you know, when I am not on the stream, I will repopulate the floor and put all those extra pieces back in. Okay, so this guy used to be up against the end there, and then we got this wall that we got to move around. I guess that wall is next to that guy. So I will move up. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff happening right now. I was just at my desk, like, thinking about the next couple of weeks. We get like we're probably gonna get the Infinity 3.0 announcement. Avengers is in like a week. I mean, isn't it? Yeah, Avengers is in like just a little over a week. It's like a week and a half until Avengers. It's like a week, you know. Yeah, just under 2 weeks. And Game of Thrones is rocking right now. There's just a lot of reasons to be happy if you're a nerd. Okay. So this is tricky. It's tricky to move stuff in the toy box. The Maxi Geek has already seen Avengers. Okay, that's great. Thanks. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. We're all so proud of you. No, that's pretty cool, man. I'm excited. I loved the first Avengers movie. I really, really, really dug it. I liked it because Avengers... Because it could have been god-awful, man. I mean, it's like... It's kind of like a law in comic book movies that if you have more than one villain or more than one central character, it's just going to be a nightmare. Like Spider-Man couldn't hack, you know, Sandman and Venom at the same time, and like Dark Knight was the first one to really pull off the like two villain structure. So to have that many characters in the Avengers movie, and like still have it be as good as it was, and still like balance them, and I think the one scene in the Avengers movie that really stuck with me was the scene when Hawkeye wakes up, and Hawkeye's like feeling really regretful about his actions because he got they took over his mind and they forced him to do all this evil stuff, and he was feeling really guilty about it, and like it just seemed like a really interesting personal scene between Black Widow and Hawkeye, and I think you just typically don't get scenes like that in comic book action movies, and so I was very impressed. That blew me away. It's not perfect. It's pretty cheesy. Joss Whedon likes to make his stuff cheesy, but what are you gonna do? 1, 2, 3. Let's make this out. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, so super pumped. I also don't really have a lot of expectations with the Avengers because I grew up a DC guy, so I'm definitely more of like a Batman fan. So they can do whatever they want with that movie, and I am not going to be very critical. Like, the Hulkbuster looks cool, but, like, I don't have that... I don't have a history with the Hulkbuster, you know? I'm not like, you better do Hulkbuster right. It's like, you know... Hulkbuster makes sense. I guess it makes sense for Iron Man to have a suit that can fight the Hulk. They released a scene of him fighting Hulk, and it's super cool because he has, like, a UFO or something that flies... Spoilers, guys, sorry. He's got, like, a UFO that, like... has extra parts of the Hulkbuster, so like as Hulk destroys the rig that he's in, parts like fly down to replace the parts that he's building. Pretty cool. Okay. Alright, so we got this thing. I think that was like 4 things out, so I think our hallway's gonna be right here. Let's delete all of this nonsense. Brandon, we need Kevin Conroy for GT Live. I wonder where Kevin Conroy lives. Yeah, that would be super cool. I have reached out to WB to get on GT Live sometime before Arkham comes out. Gotta do it in May, because once we hit June, it's like just crazy E3 time. So, yeah. The timing of that'll be tricky. Alright, alright. Okay. Almost makes me think they planned this with Lucasfilm. Brandon, what do you think the 3.0 collectors will be, and do you think it will be Sony exclusive? What do you mean by collectors? Like, I guess like, hello. Was it Hulk was exclusive to PS4 for a while? But that doesn't make sense. What was Hulk exclusive to? Was he exclusive to a store or something? Like... Because you can't make an exclusive figure, because the figures work and all the things. Maybe he was exclusive to, like, I think he was exclusive to the, you can only get him if you bought the game for PS4 for, like, a month. So... Last year, 2.0 got a Frost Giant base. Yeah, which is in my office. I should actually bring that out for one of the Toy Box Tuesdays. Alright. Hulkbuster's never worked well in the comics? Interesting, okay. What do I think of the Batman vs. Superman trailer? Oh, God, don't get me started on that. Oh, come on, I couldn't see live-action movies the first time I lived. Alright, alright. Expectations for Suicide Squad? Always down for a new Joker. I actually kind of like not having expectations for a DC Comics film. Because Suicide Squad was never really my bag. I never really, like, caught up on them in the comics. So, it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I'm looking forward to learning more about them through the film. Because, like, when Game of Thrones came out, I was so into, like, I hadn't read the books, and so, like, I saw the first season of Game of Thrones, and was like, oh, man, I gotta read all of these books. And so between Season 1 and Season 2 of Game of Thrones, I read all of it. I read the entire series. So when Season 2 of Game of Thrones started, I was like, I'm ready. Let's do this. And I gotta admit, I think Season 2 was potentially better than Season 1, but I enjoyed Season 1 better because there are just more surprises. I just, like, a lot of stuff happened that I was not familiar with. So it's kind of nice not knowing. It's kind of nice not having read things. Like, I know a lot of people will, you know, they'll always say, like, oh, the book was better. And, like, yeah, it probably is, but at the same time, you know, ignorance is bliss. It's kind of nice just going in and not knowing, like, oh, that the, you know, Hulkbuster was done wrong, or, you know, that these things don't match up. So, yeah, so I kind of don't want to read up on Suicide Squad and then check it out later. So, yeah, so the Batman vs. Superman trailer, not to get, this is about as off-topic as we can get for Toy Box Tuesday, but, yeah, not super down. The next Batman vs. Superman trailer really needs to explain why the hell Batman cares. Because they showed Ben Affleck, like, being all mad, and it's like, oh, Affleck's mad at Superman. It's like, why? Why does Batman have a stake in that? Batman's busy. You know, Batman's got a lot to do in Gotham City. So unless Superman is, like, attacking Gotham, unless Superman, like, showed up and, like, blew up, like, Wayne Manor, why does Batman care? Like, why is he fighting this fight? And I don't think the trailer really got into that, and I think it really needs to. Granted, I'm going to see that movie the minute it comes out. I'm way down. Like, it's going to take a lot for that movie. Granted, I thought Man of Steel was a hot mess, but I dig Affleck in the role. I think he can do a good job. So, like, my expectations aren't really super high because I didn't like Man of Steel. I will tell you my favorite thing about Superman probably kills some people. Yeah, there's probably some collateral damage. There's one thing about the Batman vs. Superman trailer that I loved. And I don't know if I've ever said this on GT, on Twitch, on Game Trailers on Twitch. I wish I have. I wish I, like, actually, made a statement about it before that trailer came out. But I love the fact that Batman's voice is digitized. The fact that he has a voice box that hides the way his voice sounds and makes it sound like a serial killer. It makes it sound really scary. I don't want to be one of those nerds that's like, well, I've been saying that for years, but I have. I've been saying that forever. I think ever since I was in college. And people were talking about, it's like the one big thing that people made fun of the Nolan films is that Batman just sounded ridiculous. And so I'm so excited that his voice is being digitized. Oh, so this thing doesn't go around all the way, actually, in the corner here. So, okay. So yeah, there's my take on that. So I actually got to keep this open because this is the door to the gunwell. So when I could actually probably take out the floors here. So when they go down, so like the gun, this guy here, that's right in the middle there. So when they when the TIE fighters are chasing them in Episode 4 and Luke and Han go in to defend the Falcon, they go into the gunwell, and the entrance to the gunwell is right meow. So I think I will put that there, and put that there, and put that there. We'll make that the gunwell for right now. We'll put a little, there's no ladders in Disney Infinity, so we gotta put like a rope that goes down to the gunwell. Auto-tuned Batman. That seems like it might just be for the power armor. Yobut says a trailer doesn't need to explain everything. True. I don't want the trailer to explain everything, but I don't care because I don't know the story. So that trailer did not make me excited. And here's another thing too. I mean, when they announced Batman vs. Superman, God, we're gonna be talking about Batman the whole time. When they announced Batman vs. Superman, they made a point at Comic-Con to quote The Dark Knight Returns, which to me was kind of insulting because The Dark Knight Returns is amazing, and the reason why Dark Knight Returns is so incredible is because Batman and Superman have known each other for a really long time. So this fight has been brewing forever, and it's just it's odd to me that like Batman doesn't know Superman, Superman doesn't know Batman, and they're gonna fight, and like we're supposed to be excited. Like, so basically we're excited only about their powers. Like, that's it. Like, we can't be excited about any history they have. We can't be excited that like Clark Kent doesn't want to hurt Bruce Wayne or Kal-El, I guess. You know, that like they know who the other is and they've protected their identity for so long, and yet now they're fighting. Like, all that tension is just gone. Like, it's not there. And so I don't know, I'm not really interested based on the stuff that I've seen so far. But like I said, I'm of course going to see this movie. Okay, so we need to figure out this middle part here. So there's a power circuitry pipeline. Okay, hold on a second here. So this hallway that pops out here goes right into that thing. I think this hallway, we don't want this hallway to be that big, so I think I'm going to add another space there, and then goes up to the side here, and looks like that'll be about that. And then this goes all the way down. It goes a ways down. Oh wait, no, it goes down. So like where? Yeah, it goes down to about where that thing ends. Okay, so we'll do that. And then this right here is the desk that Han's sitting at. So when Han's like, I don't know, I've been from one side of this galaxy to the other, I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything that'll make me believe there's some all-powerful force controlling everything. That line is uttered right meow. True, there's no history, though I liked how the trailer portrayed Superman like a menace. That is interesting. And actually, one of my favorite things about the VO, Brandon, have you watched World's Finest? It's Batman vs. Superman, and they meet for the first time, and it works. That's true. I did see World's Finest, and I dig it. Do you think the JJ Star Wars will age as well as the real trilogy, or more along the Episode 1 vibe? I think this is going to age way better than Episode 1, for sure. Let me take this out, because that desk isn't that long. Apparently the trailer for Rebel Season 2 is amazing, and I haven't seen that yet. Somebody was asking about the Jurassic Park, the Jurassic World trailer, and man, I'm not feeling that movie. It just doesn't look... Okay, so this room should be about the size of that hallway. I've seen that movie before. I saw a movie in the 90s about people that went to an island, and there were evil dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs escaped and killed everybody. And this movie is about a bunch of people that go to a park, and then there's dinosaurs, and there's one that's evil, and it's killing everybody. And it's just like, the whole concept of this thing being smart is like, well, the raptors are smart. So now this one's like smarter, so raptors are dumb now, and like, it just did the same thing as the Batman trailer. I'm just like, it just looks cool. It looks like a really cool action movie. I'm gonna see it in theaters. If you're into Jurassic Park, I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong for being excited about the movie, but I just don't see the hook. I just don't understand, like, him training the Velociraptors. That's interesting. It's just not enough to warrant another Jurassic Park movie. If this movie was Jurassic Park 3 and was like the closure of a trilogy, that would be interesting. But like, we've gotten 3 Jurassic Park movies so far. I just need something very different about a new Jurassic Park film to get interested. Okay. Here I am just crapping on trailers, which is bad. I'm probably upsetting people. Okay, so there's like a thing here that goes into like the halfway point of this thing. That looks about right. I guess there's like a closet or something. There's power and circuitry piping underneath it, but yeah, it looks like there's a little closet here or something. And next week we'll get back to the traditional GT toy box. There's the Quad X Power Core in the middle here, which I'm not sure if that's like something you can walk into. I'm just gonna fill up this part here. Okay. Got this room, and then we got this hallway, which goes around to the bulkhead door. So I'm gonna put some stuff here. Close up this gap. And then that would make... Let's get a look at this. What's the end game for this box, or is it just block art for the sake of block art? Asks Jason Haynes. Yeah, the end game context, I appreciate that, keeping me honest. The end game is to have it prepped for 3.0. So again, the chips I'm putting on the table are that Star Wars is going to be 3.0. So I'm curious to get the Falcon built ahead of time, and then basically like the interior of a Falcon, unless like we get a Falcon playset, or like, you know, like just like they have Space Mountain, where you just put Space Mountain into the toy box. Like they might have a Falcon that you can just burp, which would be cool if you could actually go inside of it and have the interior. If they do that, then this is a complete waste of time. But if they don't, and they add Star Wars elements like circuitry and fun little interior objects, then it'll be cool to have this built. And it'll be ready to go for 3.0, and then I can take those elements, Star Wars characters and stuff like that, and I can throw them in. And basically, when 3.0 launches and we get all the Star Wars characters, we can have a little Millennium Falcon party. Hopefully, if they have a 3.0 contest where they say, build a Millennium Falcon, we'll be way ahead of the curve. Let's see if we got any. So IGN gave an 8.6 to Avengers Age of Ultron. They've already graded the movie? Interesting. I'm confused, if anything, about Jurassic World. If you make a dinosaur movie where the actual menace is a non-dinosaur mutant monster and you make a motorcycle squad of raptors... I mean, if someone likes that, okay, but it's just a direction I can't get behind. I wouldn't say I can't get behind it. I mean, if you're going to make a If you're gonna make a Jurassic Park movie, like, you know, especially after 3 of them have already been made, like, you gotta do something weird, but or just different. So I like that it's different, and I get the appeal of the fact that, whoa, I was way off on this guy. I like the appeal of the park being open. Like, the initial trailer said, like, the park is open, and I was like, what are you talking about? The park has been open. Oh, wait a minute. No, it actually hasn't. Like, they never did launch Jurassic Park. Like, they went to go approve everything, and then it got shut down. And then Part 2 and Part 3 weren't really about a park, even though they were called Jurassic Park. It was mostly just about the dinosaurs. So, Sazanami style wishes Ebert was still alive. Ebert is a good man to achieve immortality. If I was given immortality, I would pass it off to Roger Ebert. Well, if I was given the gift to bring people back from the dead, I would do that first and then give them immortality. Brandon, what do you think about Battlefront, leaving out so much content that was in the previous game? Space battles, 64-player prequel stuff, etc. Not concerned about the prequel stuff. That might be some DLC. Not really concerned about space battles. That also might be DLC. The 64-player, I don't know if they've confirmed yet. I know some of the modes that they announced are 40-player, but I think it might just be that mode. I actually haven't read up that they said 64-player or not. At Star Wars Celebration, did you get the vibe that JJ's using a lot more traditional prop and models or CG? Prop and models, yo! BB-8 is an actual thing. That blew my mind when BB-8 rolled out on stage and was like trolling R2-D2 and like, you know, talking smack and like robot talk. I did not think that for a second. I thought that was I thought BB-8 was CG. It's like, it's just easy, CG done. And the fact they actually build this magnetic thing that has, you know, like a soccer ball that rolls around and has the magnetic thing on it, which means that there's going to be a toy of that thing, which like I have to have. So that's super cool. I guess somebody already like built a really small BB-8 about that size that he like rolled around on a table. So, oh, my wife is shouting out. Has my wife been in chat before? Or did she just jump in? I don't see her in chat. Hermione forever. Props in a movie. If Dimensions and Infinity came out at the same time, which one would you be most excited for? Where are we right now? We're on Toy Box Tuesday. What do you think? I would be down for Disney for sure. When are you gonna have your wife back? Hermione forever wants to know, when are you gonna have your wife back on Toy Box Tuesday? She's funny. Yeah, good call, Hermione forever. Or excuse me, for Hermione forever. So there's a part right here around this point that is identified on this schematic as the grill. I think that means like a like sewer grill, you know. So like, you know, you can maybe see the under part of the Millennium Falcon there, but maybe I'll add the quote unquote grill in later. That'd be kind of funny if there was like Han grilling some burgers on the Millennium Falcon grill. LOL, Twitch is telling me Game Trailers is offline. Let me see. I mean, hopefully it's not. Nope, looks like I'm online. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, there's my wife. Amanda Troop, ladies and gentlemen. Amanda Troop. Okay. So yeah. So the good news is we're like almost done, kinda. There's actually not a lot going on in the Falcon. So we got a quote unquote bunk here. I don't know what really that is. Then we got this thing. Oh no! Whoop! No, stay there. So this thing pops out there, and this thing pops out there. I think I might bring this guy in a little bit. The fact that 130 people are watching me just drop blocks right now is awesome. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys coming out for Toy Box Tuesday. All right. Okay, we got this, and then at the end of here, we got this door that goes in here. This looks like kind of a small hallway, so I'm actually gonna... I'm tempted to, like, move this whole section ahead of me over one, but, like, I might do that later. What's up, Ruadery? 130 people are watching a grown man play with blocks. This is true. Just watched the BB-8 reveal. Hated in the teaser, but now I am sold. Brandon, what is your favorite Disney movie? Pinocchio. People love pixel art. What up, Vinny? Yeah, where is Arlos today? I don't know. Okay, so at the right on the corner here, there's like it's called the galley. It looks about 2 blocks deep. This hallway isn't that big. So yeah, I gotta move all that stuff over. But let me just figure out where everything's gonna go first. So it looks like the galley is like here. And it goes all the way across. You know what actually might be a fun thing? Is to have little text bubbles in little spaces. So if you want to like tour the Falcon and you like walk up close to something, like a little text thing will pop up and it'll say what it is. They are not building blocks. They are a sophisticated interlocking brick system. This is true. I wish I had all these figures in the picture. Brandon, who do you want to see play Pinocchio in the live-action movie? Jonathan Taylor Thomas. See if anybody gets that reference. Sadly, they've already made a Pinocchio film, and JTT was Pinocchio. I don't know. I don't really know a lot of kid actors. All the kid actors that I like are like all adults now. I don't know how I feel about a live action. I don't know how I feel about these live action Disney movies. The live action Disney movie I'm more excited about for anything is Haunted Mansion. And if all of these cheesy live action Disney movies are making Haunted Mansion happen, then I am completely in support of all of them. Because we need Benicio del Toro. Not Benicio del Toro. Hello. Guillermo del Toro to make a Haunted Mansion movie and make it immediately. Okay, so we got this hallway that goes down to this thing, and then there's like a door here, a doorway. We'll make that 2 blocks. Maybe that. Yeah. I'll make it right here. Yeah. Do you think we'll see Pinocchio in Infinity? Hopefully. I don't know what Pinocchio's attacks would be. Maybe strings? Maybe like his like hand goes out or something? What about another Hellboy? I missed the context of that one. Didn't we get a Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy? Yes, we did, and I will. I'd be grateful if you never mention it again. Brandon, what do you think of those leaked Infinity figures? Too late. We already talked about them. I'm calling it now. Little Mermaid live action movie will be announced sometime this year. Yeah, they're announcing these things like crazy, man. I think there's like, we know Beauty and the Beast is happening. We know, obviously Cinderella just happened. There's like 2 other ones that they've already announced. Brandon, if you could have one piece of Star Wars technology, what would it be? Size doesn't matter. Lightsaber. I'm done. Lightsaber's the coolest thing. Is the coolest technology to come out of Star Wars, without a doubt. So yeah, if you have an in on lightsaber technology, let me know. I'm looking to invest. Del Toro was the connection, true. Speaking of all this comic stuff, have you watched Daredevil yet on Netflix? I saw the first 2 episodes, and it's so good. I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of that. Yeah, I watched it on my iPad while I was doing laundry, and I just stopped doing laundry for 15 minutes because I was really into it. And I wasn't sure. I heard a lot of people that were saying good things about it, and I was like curious, like what the buzz was about, like why it was so good. And a lot of people, like from what I heard when I was talking to people, was that, or just from what it sounded like, was that the violence was the cool thing. That it's like, oh, it's on Netflix, so you know people can swear and it's really violent. And to me, it's not the violence. It's like Batman's my favorite comic book character, and I like Batman because I think it's a cool story. I like anything gothic. So I like the style of it. I like characters that are just no nonsense, you know, characters that just don't take no for an answer and don't let people push them around. I like characters that are leaders, that like stand up for themselves. But like the whole Bruce Wayne story is really rooted in his parents. It's all about his parents. So like, you know, he's doing what he's doing because he lost his parents and he's upset about it. And yeah, Daredevil, he lost his dad, who was a boxer, and so, like, it gets into that a little bit, but, like, what's really fascinating about Daredevil is it really explores, you know, how difficult it would be to, like, get around the city and be everywhere at once and like actually commit to, you know, trying to keep your identity a secret and doing that. And I think even more so than Dark Knight did. You know, like Dark Knight was cool, but he still had like all this technology. He was super rich, and like Daredevil's fun. He's kind of like a cross between Batman and Spider-Man. They're telling the story very, very well. I'm super into it. I think I'm doing a really good job. So I think there's like what, 10 episodes, and I've only seen the first 2. So I am looking forward to soaking up the rest of that. Diagonal hallways are tough to do in Infinity, man. Oh no. Oh no, does that not fit? How does that work? Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Alright, hold on. Case is canceled. How we doing on time, yo? 4:46, okay. So we got 15 minutes left. We're getting close to this. Brandon, you ready to watch new episodes of Full House? Of course. I did watch me a lot of Full House back in the day, so I am curious about that. And you know, and as now that we're talking about Star Wars, I mean, there's an interesting parallel between Full House and Star Wars. Hear me out. But the fact that you know, like they're all old. They're all a lot older, and as a writer, like that's just where these characters are at. There's nothing you can do about that. These characters are old. Period. Like end of story. And so I'm really curious to see, you know, how Han Solo is written. You know, like I would really like. I'd prefer it that Han Solo is written as an old man. Like Han's old now. You know, like I hope they don't like give Han action sequences and you clearly have like a stunt double in a gray wig who's like doing punches, and then like it cuts to a close up and there's Ford like doing the finishing move and it's like, come on Chewie, like. But if you actually set up that he's old, if you actually present Carrie Fisher as she is now and don't try to make her this like enchanting princess. Carrie Fisher's a lovely woman, but you know, they're all old, and I want them to be old in that movie, and I want that to be interesting, and I want them to explore, you know, what these characters would be like in their 60s and 70s. I think they're in like all in their late 60s now. I'm not sure. Showing characters aged is awesome if Luke looks like Obi-Wan. Yeah, like Han's great. Love the Falcon. Love Han. You know, I'm not building Obi-Wan's hut here. I'm building the Falcon, so I'm clearly Han obsessed. But I am most excited to see what's going on with Luke and how they handle that story and what Luke will be up to. So yeah, and you know, there's rumors, you know, whether you want to believe them or not, that Han's not going to make it through Episode 7. So I think the story of Episode 7 will mostly hinge on Luke, and I'm really curious to see what they do with his character moving forward. Okay, so we got to do a little diagonal. Let me see if what I did, the diagonal thing over here. Okay, so I have the block and then that way. Okay. Wonder if Rocksteady did Indiana Jones next. Speaking of Daredevil, I want Rocksteady to do Daredevil. That'd be sweet. I want Netflix to pay for that. Something else that's also bugging me, if you notice here, have you noticed how the grain on these, like these objects, it's going this way, and on these objects, it's going this way? You bet your ass I'm going to fix that before this toy box is done. Because stuff like that drives me absolutely bonkers, but what are you going to do? Oh, wait, I got to delete this. So, yeah, to wrap up the Full House conversation, I just hope that Full House addresses that they're all old and, like, what's happened to them, you know, and don't write them the way they used to be written, you know, write them in a way that reflects how those characters have changed. There's a maintenance crawlway here. So let's skip this bit and move this over here. Oh, wait, no, put that back. I'm gonna put a block there and leave the block open down there so you can get into the maintenance hallway. Move this guy over here. Do this thing here. All the way to the edge here. Hopefully this lines up. Yeah, look at that, that works. Okay, cool. Whoops. Full House is like 2016, so ages to wait. Yeah, whole year. Netflix is killing it, man. As far as original content goes, they are doing very, very well at the moment. Okay. So we got a little maintenance thing here that goes up to maybe about, you know. Okay, then we'll put a lid on it, so it's just a little maintenance crawlway. Whoops. That guy forward. Okay. And then, as long as we built that guy, let's build it over here. So we got that thing there, and then first guy go diagonals there. Boom, that lines up perfectly nice. Something very calming about just putting the blocks down. When I was looking for Millennium Falcon images, I saw a Millennium Falcon in Minecraft, which I bet you could build a lot faster in Minecraft. I think some Jawas stole some of your parts. It's true. Gotta be careful. Although, another thing I gotta do when I'm done with this is build, like, a interior. So, like, the Falcon, so it looks like the Falcon's in, like, a spaceship, or something, like, on a Imperial or Rebel ship. Brandon, your attention to detail is just insane. I know! Look at that! You know, it's uncanny how detailed this, Millennium Falcon is. Now, I appreciate that. I want Rocksteady to come out and say, okay, we did Batman and showed we can make you feel like Batman. Now we're doing Flash or Superman or something. Oh, a Flash game would be sweet. You know, would also be sweet. Oh, I just thought of it and it escaped. For a comic book character, we got some cool Hulk games. God, there was some comic book character. Obviously, we need a good Superman game. Oh, Ant-Man. Ant-Man would make a really cool video game. I would be way down with that. Okay, so we got the escape pod over here. So when they speak in episode 4 of the jettisoned escape pods, these are the escape pods they are referring to. Put this guy here. So yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, that looks like, yeah, it kind of lines up there. Nice. Little escape pod on the side there. Okay, and then we got. Okay, we're getting close, y'all. So we got this thing. Then you go. Oh wait, whoops. Yeah, whoops, I screwed up. So this is right. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so this is right. But this goes... Okay, yeah, I screwed up. Hold on. Wait. Don't undo. So, this is a big fat lie. This actually doesn't exist here. I lied. I was seeing if y'all were paying attention. You clearly weren't. Nobody called me on the fact that this here doesn't actually exist. Actually, wait, no. Put that there. And then it's over here that actually goes to the escape pods. So that's a 2-thing hallway. We'll make this a 2-thing hallway. And then have it go. Yeah, start curving it. Whoop, no. Curving in when this thing does. So that goes this way and then this way. Alright. And then this will be a little opening here. And then that'll go to the escape pods. There we go. Okay, so this guy actually... It's kind of fun. You know, it's like it's like Springfield with The Simpsons, or like South Park when they made their RPG, where like you don't really think a lot about like what does the Falcon look like. Like if you were to walk around the Falcon, like where would you go? Where are the escape pods that were jettisoned? I guess they're over here. Yeah, I'm surprised we actually built a lot today. The building of the Falcon has not been very expedient in prior episodes of the Millennium Falcon Toy Box Tuesday. But we only worked on this for about 3 hours. I put in a little work to like clean up the floor and stuff like that in my spare time. But the actual like figuring out of where stuff goes has only been about 3 hours. Warner will make them do a Nightwing game. I would not object to that. Brandon, once you're done with the Falcon, I challenge you to build a Super Star Destroyer. I'm not accepting that challenge, but that is that's legit. I mean, certainly when after 3.0 comes out, that is tempting. Although I would not build the interior of the Star Destroyer, I would just build the exterior of the Star Destroyer. Okay, yeah, so this goes around here to the escape pods. That's not perfect, but I'll accept it. And then this thing goes around here, and then right around the point where these guys start, there's like a diagonal thing. It goes this away. So let's put it here. Go this way and see where we end up. This might be perfect, actually. Nope. That's supposed to line up with that. Oh, actually, no, it's not. That's not supposed to line up with that. I lied. That's supposed to line up with our grill over here. Yeah, with like the edge of the grill, meow. So, okay, so if this thing goes around, maybe it's like here, and then that goes that way. Okay. Let's try this and see if we end up there. We're close. We're close. I'll accept it. I will buy that for $1. Okay, nice. Okay. And then there's a bulkhead door that I will open for the sake of this Falcon. So there's actually a bit of a gap here. See how big that is in relation to everything else. A little bit bigger. Wait. And then there are some storage lockers over here. Build some storage lockers. Okay. We're super close, guys. Like, the rest is really just, like, circuitry or, like, a big open space. Because you gotta remember, like, he is a smuggler. So, like, all this... Hold on a second. Put the storage lockers in. No. Oh, no. We gotta be getting close, right? Is it 5? Yeah, we're almost done. Okay. So, like, all this here is all empty. This whole space right here is all just storage, basically. And there is a bulkhead door over here. We should probably delete these guys, too. Oh, do that. And these shouldn't be here. Cool. The other issue that we're having is apparently, and I'm actually curious to go back and watch Star Wars and see if I can spot it. Apparently this space right here, this little like curved hallway here, is elevated. So you actually, if you like walk into the Falcon and then come in here and go over here, you have to actually take a step down. So I know I want to put that other thing in there, but I'm just going to add the floor so I can wrap up today's toy box by playing as Falcon and running around as if we are a little person exploring the Millennium Falcon at BPC. Clean up this floor here. Hold on a second. Grab that piece. Put that there. And this is a super hack job on the floor. I will clean this up later. Nope, that doesn't fit. Okay, whatever. It's fine. What location would you want to see for a Star Wars 3.0 playset? I would want to see many locations. I would want there to be a classic trilogy playset that goes through all of the films, like Super Star Wars. That is what I would want to see. But who knows? Just fill this in here for now. Okay. Alright. Exit Spark mode. Exit Bill mode. Falcon. Get out of here. Alright. Falcon. Looking at the Falcon. This is Infinity Inception right here. Brandon, when are you planning on having this done? I mean, there's no rush. You know, we're trying to speculate when Infinity 3.0 is going to be announced, but we're not going to get it until September, probably. August at the earliest. Infinity 1.0 launched at the end of August. Infinity 2.0 launched in September. So I would predict we're going to get this in September. So, you know, plenty of time. Maybe... I like to do this because it's fun to have like a Star Wars conversation. The inside of a Sarlacc pit. Good call. Brandon, I'm surprised you don't work on the broad strokes. Upload the toy box and have the GT viewers finish the small details. Yeah, maybe. If you're a subscriber who did not receive the email, please send game trailers to Twitch PM if you'd like to get on the Mario Kart stream. Yes, please. We are streaming Mario Kart tomorrow, and we are playing with our subscribers, I believe. So, Bri wants a Han Solo figure. Yes. The question is, what Han Solo? And the question is, how are they going to deal with ages? So if we get old Han Solo, the figure, are we going to get a costume that's like young Han Solo? And were they going to do the same? Is it going to be all Episode 7 characters? Or is like Kylo Ren, I think that's his name, and I keep forgetting the name of the, it's like Key or K or something, the name of supposedly Han and Leia's daughter, and Finn and stuff like that. Are we going to get figures of them, and then we're going to get like the young cast from the old trilogy, or we shall see. Brandon, are you the only one on GT that plays Infinity? Yes. Brad Ellis is intrigued by Infinity, but does not own his own copy and does not play on a regular basis like I do. Okay, so bam, we're in the Falcon. So we have our hallway here. This hallway should probably be a little bit smaller now that I'm actually in here walking around. We got our hallway that leads to the cockpit. So there's our cockpit. We obviously got to flesh that out down the road. And then so this right here, this little nook, this little hallway is going to have a. I wish it was a ladder, but unfortunately they just have ropes. So there'll be a rope that you'll be able to climb down and to descend into, or ascend into the gunner turrets. Then we go in here. Here's the little desk that Han is chilling at. I might put maybe put a chair or something there in the corner. Here is the chess table that they are playing chess at. Chewbacca sitting over there. C-3PO sitting over there. This is the hallway that goes to the escape pods. This is the hallway that goes into the storage repair bay with storage lockers. And apparently over here is the engineering station and a grill, which I don't know what that is. And then this big thing here is where Han keeps stuff. And there is a cargo lift that is about right here that I might put something in special that you can, like, you know, take out or something like that so you can put in cargo. So when Han was carrying the cargo for Jabba the Hutt that he dropped when he saw an Imperial freighter and was boarded by the Imperials who were looking for Jabba's cargo, I think he like cracked this baby open right here, and then that just kind of spit all of Jabba's cargo out into space. You don't think I get boarded sometimes? You think I had a choice? So yeah, that's where that is. Is the ship too big for Disney figures because Star Wars is larger than life? No, but it's because these blocks are massive. So if I made it, you know, so like, for example, the chessboard is huge. So if I made it like as big as it would actually be, so these things are about 10 or 12 feet tall, because assuming like if my man Falcon here is 6 feet tall maybe, then two of him looks like it would be about 12 feet. So these things are about 12 feet tall, and so if I put that here, like what would I put for the chessboard? So I decided to make the Falcon bigger.
You got your little maintenance hallway here. You got your little storage compartments here, apparently. Apparently you go back here, and there's a bunch of storage here. A little storage room there. And yet another exciting storage room. Oh, I gotta seal this off here. Actually, this doesn't make sense. Hold on. So where's that? Yeah, this need to... Whoa, whoa. Whoa! Where are we? Oh, there we are. Everything's gray. I have no idea where I am right now. And we also might change the colors of these things. Okay, there we go. Then we got this thing, and then there is a access grill over here and another bulkhead door, and I'm assuming just more storage in this direction. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We really got to get into the fine details next time. So again, like we did with the previous Millennium Falcon day, I did the first Millennium Falcon maybe on like an offshoot, and then the second day I think we did after the first teaser came out, and of course Star Wars Celebration was last weekend, so it seemed like a pretty opportune time to get back and build the Falcon. Brandon, you have to sing a Disney song for subs on Toybox, right? Oh my god, do we have a sub?